Today's episode, No Brainer. Gumshoes, Carmen Sandiego and her slew of smarmy smugglers have struck again. This time, they burgled a batch of brains in Russia. Moscow's Academy of Medical Sciences is home to a unique group of laboratories, the Brain Institute. For nearly 70 years, scientists there have collected the brains of deceased poets, painters, physicists, and presidents. That gray matter has been sliced, diced, pickled, and tickled, all in an effort to determine whether great minds are anatomically different from the average brain on the street. The list of noggins in a jar reads like a who's who of the former Soviet Union. There's Vladimir Lenin, founder of the Soviet state, tyrannical dictator Joseph Stalin, writer Maxim Gorky, and poet Vladimir Mayakovsky, to name but a few. There are even animal brains, including those of an Indian elephant and a Mississippi alligator. If you're a fan of frontal lobes, if you crave cortex, if you're serious about cerebellum, this is a place to be. Or it was, until Robo-Crook, that pilfering pile of artificial stupidity, raided the Institute and cribbed all the crania. Gumshoes, your mission is to bring in Robo-Crook, bring back the brains, and then bring down Carmen Sandiego. They've ripped off the goods. Now chase down those hoods.
Carmen Sandiego.
And one of these people could find her.
Amar Ravari. Christina Nazar. John Paul Durazio.
And this man is special agent in charge of training new recruits, Greg Lee.
Hello. You okay? Oh. Thank you so much. Hi, guys. How are you? Good. Fine. Oh, very good. A little subdued, but that's okay. You've heard about the case. We're going to start you off with 50 Acme crime bucks. Anytime you answer a question correctly, we'll give you 10 more crime bucks, and the two of you with the highest score at the end of this round will then proceed to the next round. And as always, all of our answers have been verified by National Geographic World.
National Geographic World.
Okay? Chief, let's go.
Greg, Robo-Crook has stolen the Soviet Brain Institute, and there's no time to lose. Now, here's the profile on Robo. It'll take more than a bundle of brains to boost his rusty IQ. And here's what we know so far. Robo took the brains to the country north of the Bay of Bengal. Now, this nation's location makes it very vulnerable to cyclones. Its low-lying plains along the Ganges River Delta are in constant danger of flooding. So, when a cyclone hits, and that can happen several times a year, the potential for disaster is enormous. In 1991, 125,000 people died because of a single cyclone. But in spite of tragedy, the people have reason to hope. Recently, they voted in a female prime minister, Begum Khalida Zia. Gumshoes, the people of this country are strong and they deserve a break. Get Robo out of there now. Greg.
Thanks, Chief. Okay, guys, to what country did Robo-Crook go? Was it Pakistan, India, or Bangladesh? Remember the clues that we heard: Bay of Bengal, Ganges River, and Prime Minister Begum Khalida Zia. All right, come up with an answer as quickly as you can, trying to find Robo and the Brain Institute. Amar's ready, so is Christina, and so is John Paul. Amar, we'll start with you. What do you think?
Well, Greg, I chose India.
India. What do you think, Christina?
Well, I chose Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. John Paul?
Well, I chose Pakistan.
Pakistan. Well, the answer is Bangladesh. Nice job, Christina. Nice job. Okay, so Amar and John Paul, you're still at 50. Christina goes into the lead with 60 Acme crime bucks. Nice job. Amar, tell me about yourself.
Well, I like trying to go to different and new amusement parks.
I love that. How many have you been to?
Like 10.
Really? Sounds like a fun hobby. I like that. Christina, tell me about you.
I'd like to be a foreign diplomat when I grow up, and hopefully I'd like to be stationed either in the Mideast or Europe.
Great. So you like languages, things like
Yeah.
that? That's great. Okay, John Paul, how about you?
Well, I've traveled to all the states besides Alaska and Hawaii.
Great. What do you want to be when you get older?
An engineer.
Wonderful. Great to have you guys on the case. Please welcome them all to the show. If you would, please. All right, guys, listen up. We have our next clue coming in now from Angela Watson, an agent for Acme Step-by-Step Net. Watch.
Greg, Robo-Crook was spotted on an island off East Africa. It's only 23 miles from the coast, but there's a strong Arab influence. That's because Omani and Persian traders began sailing there nearly 2,000 years ago, and some of them staged rule. You can still see the ruins of the palace where a sultan lived with his dozens of wives. And that's where you'll find Robo-Crook with his dozens of brains. Good luck, Gumshoes.
Thanks, Angela. Okay, guys, to what island did Robo go? Is it Zanzibar Island, Madagascar, or Mauritius? Remember the clues that we heard? Island off East Africa, 23 miles from the coast, and strong Arab influence. Okay, try to come up with an answer as quickly as you can. Everybody's ready? Amar, we'll start with you. What do you think?
Well, Greg, I chose Mauritius.
Mauritius. What do you think, Christina?
Well, I chose Madagascar.
Madagascar. Jump Hall?
And I chose Madagascar.
Madagascar. The answer we're looking for is Zanzibar Island. Ooh, sorry about that, guys. Nobody got that one. But hey, don't blame me. Remember, all of our answers have been verified with National Geographic World.
National Geographic World.
Okay, we heard now that Robo-Crook has left Zanzibar and went to Israel, okay? So, for our next clue, okay, you guys know what that means. It's time now for the lightning round, which means all of these questions are about Robo's most recent known whereabouts, which is Israel. All of them are worth 5 crime bucks. Hands on your buzzers. Listen carefully. Here we go. From 1969 to 1974, Israel's prime minister was one of the few women in history to serve as a head of state. Was her name Indira Gandhi, Margaret Thatcher, or Golda Meir? Amar.
Golda Meir.
Golda Meir is right. Nice job. 5 for you. Question 2. Jerusalem is considered a holy city by a number of the world's great religions. Which of the following faiths does not regard Jerusalem as a spiritual center? Islam, Christianity, or Buddhism?
Buddhism.
Jump, Paul?
Buddhism.
Buddhism's right. Nice job. 5 for you. Question 3. Shalom is a traditional Hebrew greeting that is used to say both hello and goodbye. It also has one other meaning. Is that peace, how are you, or have a nice day? Amar.
How are you?
Sorry, it's not how are you. John Paul.
Have a nice day.
It's not have a nice day. Christina.
Peace.
It's peace. Nice job, Christina. Nice strategy on your part. Okay, so that means at the end of the lightning round, Amar has 55, Christina has 65, and John Ball has 55 crime bucks. Nice job, guys. That's the way to
Greg,
do it.
get in here right away.
Yes, ma'am. You guys stay here. I gotta check with her. She means right away. Oh, this is a fine time to redecorate your office.
I'm not redecorating my office. These men came in and broke a hole in my wall.
Look! Ladies! We're digging a sewer line.
Hey!
I mean, either we put it through here, or we got to do a 2,000-mile detour. And according to my blueprints, Max, the blueprints, thank you. Hey, buddy. There's not supposed to be anything here.
That's because this is the secret headquarters of Acme Crime Net.
Heck. We are never going to capture Carmen Sandiego with all of these distractions.
Hey, Acme Crime Net, you're those guys trying to capture that Carmen character? Hey, I remember when she tried to steal that Washington Monument thing. Took us a week to glue that thing back into place.
That's us.
But heck, for you guys, a little 2,000-mile diversion, and no problem.
Oh, well, what about the hole?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. We'll repair the wall, and just so there's no hard feelings, we'll send the gumshoe who captures Carmen to anywhere in North America for free. Deal?
That's fine, sir.
Geez, I think you guys are great. You know what else I like? I like every day when you come into the office here, and then you tell him to
Go away.
Oh, wow. He really likes that part.
You too.
Yes, ma'am. I tell you, Norm Abram would be proud. Okay, guys, remember, we're still looking for Robo and the Brain Institute. Fortunately for us, though, Acme Bugnet has just intercepted this phone conversation between Robo and Carmen Sandiego. Watch.
They're on your trail, Robo. Bag the brains and head for a city in eastern Germany. It's been home to Mendelssohn, Bach, Schumann, and Wagner.
Are those the new Ninja Turtles?
No, Canhead. They're great musical composers. You can hear their works played by the Gewandhaus Orchestra, Germany's oldest professional orchestra.
Perhaps I could jam with them.
They're not into heavy metal. Dress yourself up as a tuba and hide out in the brass section.
Okay, guys, name the German city, if you will, please. Is it Cologne, Hamburg, or Leipzig? Remember the clues that we heard. City in eastern Germany, home to Mendelssohn, Bach, Schumann, and Wagner. Gewandhaus, Germany's oldest professional orchestra. Those are the clues you got to put together to come up with an answer. Everybody has. Amar, we'll start with you. What do you think?
Well, Greg, I chose Hamburg.
Hamburg. What do you think, Christina?
I chose Hamburg also.
Hamburg. Jean-Paul?
I also chose Hamburg.
Hamburg. The answer we're looking for is Leipzig. Sorry, guy. Leipzig. Sorry about that. Oh, that means nobody got anywhere on that one.